maybe you don't want everybody to know that's your man, or you don't
Mm.
want everybody to know that's your girl.
Or
And
maybe you're hiding
right,
him
you
or
want
her, or
exactly.
trying to
Now
be
the
chuku
moment you
chuku, a little
kona
funny.
kona,
That's the word.
doing kona kona, once you expose him or her, maybe somebody might enter their DM now. Ooh, and
I
maybe
mean,
they
even
weren't
without
in.
posting it, there's still people sliding in the DM. So
But
what are
now
we
that you
talking
post it,
about?
you are sending more traffic.
Well, if you,
All
ladies
right.
and gentlemen, welcome back to the Talk Mic. We're back at it again.
What's
Sheesh.
up?
Um. So yeah, I
uh,
think we just posted, and we've been real here. We just posted a video.
mm-hmm.
Was it last week about? It was something around
Cheating
if
and
yes,
relationship and stuff like
yep.
that.
If he or she cheats on you, would you take
Mm-hmm.
her or him back?
Yeah.
And I think someone said something really vulgar against her,
Yeah.
and it got to her. You wanna tell the story a little
Oh,
bit?
so it's funny. I'm not on TikTok, but he brought it up to my attention, and I was going through the comments, and somebody used the word HOE, and I was like, because I'm like, nobody ever said that on me. So I
Mm-hmm.
was just really like blown away that people are actually like sitting behind their computer and using quote unquote a sentence to determine who somebody is just because they say something a certain way. And I find that mind boggling, but he was kind of getting to like, this is just social media. Don't
Yeah,
let it get
cause
to your head because this is kind
Yeah,
of how
because we can
people,
never control,
yeah.
what people think in their head and how they
Mhm.
view us. Like, you could be the most perfect person,
Yep.
and there's still that one person that will still
Who
look at
would
you and be
think
like, huh,
yep.
he or she's like, blah, blah, blah.
And there's just nothing we can do about that. Like you can still everybody could be like, "No, this person is not like that," and they will still say otherwise. So, we just have to learn to like I guess control ourselves, not necessarily others, and
Mm-hmm.
try to control our thinking, which is like the hardest part of this because I think our mind can definitely send us wandering into like so many different aspects, and that can be dangerous sometimes, you
Our
know?
minds are very powerful.
Yeah.
It's either you can create heaven or
Mhm.
hell
For
in your
yourself.
head,
Mhm.
right? Whatever it is that like you want. It's
There's
all
no in
start.
between.
It all start with the thoughts, right?
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how I was just watching you talk and how, you
Mhm.
know, you got a little emotional about that
I did.
that comment. Like I'm a H I'm a HOE. Like,
What?
you know what? I don't even know you, dude, and you call me
Yeah.
these names. But it's
Mhm.
tough sometimes,
Yeah.
to know how pure or how not necessarily pure, because I don't think anybody's
It's pure at
pure,
this point.
but
Yeah.
like know yourself very much. But to think that other people think otherwise, it's very
Mhm.
hard to take.
Right, and
You
just
know.
because of a comment, it
Mm-hmm.
was a discussion. So I don't know. I just
Is this why you're not on TikTok, or you
that's
explain?
one of the
Then
reason
you shouldn't be
why
on
I
any
don't
social media
know.
because people always gonna talk,
That's
right?
true. I personally I'm not on TikTok because I just feel like maybe it's not my network yet. Maybe I might get into it like eventually, but
I've been vouching for you to get on there,
he's really
cause
pushing for me to
I've
get
learned
it,
a
but I
whole
don't
lot.
know. I might cave and or I might not.
I've
Let's
learned a
see.
lot on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because then I'm not promoting for TikTok or anything.
Right.
They're not sponsoring me, but this is just my personal opinion. I've
Mhm.
learned a lot on TikTok.
Mhm.
And the beauty of it is you can learn so much in short clips
Yeah.
in a very short time.
Mhm.
Back then you have to maybe go sit in a class or a YouTube channel for
Right.
hours before you can grasp information. But here, 30-second chunks, and people are just like
Boom
delivering
boom boom
high
boom
quality
boom.
value. And I filter it to the things that I'm into, like healthy stuff,
Mhm.
workouts, self development.
Afrobeat.
Yes, because I love my music. So it's always
Right.
generate the algorithm is always generating
Things
those
that are
kind. Yeah,
interesting
so
to you.
I enjoy it. I still think you should get on there, but
Yeah.
talk about social media.
Let's talk about it.
What do you think social media has kind of done to the dating world?
Um, I think it has affected couples. It has affected like a lot of people in different way.
Mm.
And that's not to say it's always bad. Sometimes it's good, but majority of the time it does do more damage just because
So you're on the side of more
Yeah.
constant the pros.
Yeah. I think sometime once you expose your partner to like the,
Mm,
social media world, um
that's
it,
leading me to another topic. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it brings like, I don't know, maybe you don't want everybody to know that's your man, or you don't
Mm.
want everybody to know that's your girl.
Or
And
maybe you're hiding
right,
him
you
or
want
her, or
exactly,
trying to
no,
be
the
chuku
moment you
chuku, a little
kona
funny.
kona.
That's the word.
Doing kona kona, once you expose him or her, maybe somebody might enter their DM now. Ooh, and
I
maybe
mean,
they
even
weren't
without
in.
posting it, there's still people sliding in the DM. So
But
what are
now
we
that you
talking
post it,
about?
you are sending more traffic.
Well, if you're posting your butt cheeks on there and other provocative, I'm talking about a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
you know what? Okay, talk about that topic. I see, I see some
yeah.
women post stuff like that and like, oh, I don't want attention. I'm just posting it for me because it makes me feel confident.
Yeah,
I call that cap though,
I think so too.
and
And
especially if you're in
ladies
a
don't come from
relationship.
yeah, ladies don't come from me, because as I'm a woman, and I'm not saying I don't post. I do post, but there is a certain level of posting you should do.
So you don't
Um
post.
no, I post things, so, but I'm not
I'm just
like
kidding. I'm just kidding.
twerking
I'm just
and doing
kidding.
certain things
I'm just
in the
kidding.
no, I know.
So if they offered you a
But if
huge
you're in a
if they offered you a
relation,
huge sum of money, like, oh, Natilla, shake some for me
oh
for
no, I'm
this
not doing that.
one
Please, I
million
still
dollars.
respect myself as a lady,
Ooh,
and I
gents, she's a keeper,
I
and
still
and and
respect,
you
and
you're
not to
still single,
say,
right?
that other ladies that do it don't respect themselves. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for myself, okay? So for me, it's just important, like, kind of the aspect that Jay brought up. If you're in a relationship, it's important to try to keep certain things off the media, not just for your partner, but for self-respect, and maybe the wanted attention it might bring to you, and that could lead to other things, and you
Yeah.
just don't want that sometimes,
Because I know women know what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
when you show something, we men are going to be like, yo, like double tap or slide in the DM.
Mm-hmm.
So I just find that a little, is it hypocritical or ironic? What's the word? But
Oh
I really think they know what they're doing.
yeah.
And talking
Mm-hmm.
about the topic of like being in a relationship and
Yeah.
posting stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
as a man, for me, that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't really like my women. Like,
Mm-hmm. To
I don't mind if
expose.
they have a social media,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not into the type of women that like post like half naked pictures. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're at the beach, you're on the beach for great, but
Yeah, that's fine.
like pictures that you can tell it's a clickbait.
They're trying to
It's a
send
thirst
a.
trap.
Mm-hmm.
Is the word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess I just want to dig into the mind of a woman. Like,
Mm.
why that? You know what I'm saying? Let's say you have a man, you're in
See.
a relationship, you're happy. Why
Mm.
do you still want to get that extra attention for someone? It should be for your man. I mean, especially if you're married,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But why do you want to, shake some?
See,
That's just me.
so I want to answer his question really bad, but I actually
Please do.
cannot.
Please do. No,
I
I
cannot,
want the pure.
because and that's the thing. Like, maybe if I did do these things, it would be easier for me to maybe explain or see like the angle where some women come from with these things. But I think it could. I mean, everybody loves that. Not
Everybody loves
everybody.
attention.
Some people actually
She
don't
just
like.
said it.
See, some
So
people
most
don't.
women, can we all
Most
agree that most
most
women?
women, I think, love attention, whether they
No,
want to
okay.
admit to
It's in
it
your
or
nature.
not.
It's in your
It's in
nature.
our nature.
Okay.
Like, we love, getting
Oh
compliments.
yeah.
You might say, "Oh, this outfit, I'm wearing it for myself." Like, who are you?
But we know.
But even though, yes, you are wearing it for yourself. Now, if 1,000 people compliment you on that thing, you're going to be like on cloud nine. And it's the same way that if nobody compliments you, you'll be like, "Ah, this thing, I'm looking so hot like this. Nobody's telling me
Nobody's telling me
anything."
anything.
Like, you're feeling yourself, and you're like, how are they not? So I think women do love to get attention. Now, if you're in a relationship and you're a lady and you're doing these things, I guess my perspective could be because most likely their partner or their boyfriend is not giving them enough attention,
So now
because
they go outside to try to seek
it could be
some
it.
sort of.
Because if they are getting enough attention, right, from their partners, I don't think they'll feel the need to do this extra thing unless it's part of their career. If you're
Yeah, if
dating,
you're selling a product or
if
you're
you're
yeah
selling
an
a product
influencer,
or
yeah,
you're dating a stripper, you're dating a lady who's body positivity all the time and
it's
they do
it's
certain thing,
expected, huh?
then it's expected. And at that point, the partner shouldn't necessarily get mad. Now, if you're not really like, let's say someone like me, I'm not always exposing my body on social media, and then I get in a relationship, and out of nowhere,
You
like I
start doing
start
that,
doing that more, that should raise
yeah,
some,
because that's not what
questions.
he
So,
signed up for, right?
right, and that's not what I'm used to doing. So, of course, that should like, bring some question on the table, like, why are you doing this? And so yeah, I
Yeah,
think it depends. It just
I
depends.
mean, I'm all for body positivity,
Me
but I
too.
don't know how and when we got here,
Mhm.
where like posting half naked pictures was in a way, what's the word, empowering.
Right.
I mean, there's so many ways that women can empower themselves or whoever,
Right.
right? But to think that that's viewed as empowering, I think that's kind of
It's
not
a
a
bit of a
cliche,
push.
not a push, but I think it's a funny way of trying to, like, you're packaging it so beautifully that it sounds good, empowering. But is it really empowering? Just my thoughts.
I think it could be empowering,
Be
like I
honest,
said.
you're a woman.
I'm
You're a
being
woman.
honest. I'm being honest. It could be empowering. Let's say that somebody is like wanting to be like you, right? Let's say that you're an athlete or you're into like bodybuilding and things like that.
Mm,
And so again, that's why I like to highlight different perspective. And you are into like encouraging or empowering other women to get there,
mm,
so you might have to show a little more of your body to highlight what you're doing. And it could be like a daily thing because you want to be able to show like, well, this is what I'm working on today and this is what the results look like and things
mm.
like that. So it could be empowering depending
Yeah.
on, again, if it's like the case of bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are if you're a woman who just went through plastic surgery and all this extra thing with the BBL and boob, like, all these extra things, and you're posting like, okay, you might be proud of yourself and everything, but is that really empowering? I don't know.
Mm.
So it just really depends.
So since we're on the topic of body positivity, right?
Mhm.
I've seen a trend of, and I'm all for every woman feeling confident in their
Mhm.
skin and their body and
Yeah.
whatnot. But the part that I'm not okay with is when they try to promote obesity as a good thing.
Yeah.
That part, I feel like, I mean, if something is bad, it's bad. We're not saying,
Mhm.
hey, go, off yourself because you did.
Right,
We're
exactly. We're not.
There's certain expectation for you. Well, not to say people are creating expectations for you, but
Mhm.
in my personal opinion, because I'm a very healthy person and I'm a
Right.
gym rat, right? I'm
Mhm.
obsessed with working out and
As some might
staying
call
fit.
him, like, when are we gonna meet for the recording?
I'm very
I'm at the gym.
experienced. I'm a very not experienced. I'm very expensive to coach. So you
Yeah.
have to contact me about that. But back to the point. I don't think it's okay. It feels wrong. Why? So
Mhm.
if we know that obesity kills and it's bad,
Mhm.
why are we trying to promote it in a way that, oh, this is glorified?
Yeah, I think it's because people don't want to make other women or men feel bad because
Mhm.
they are FAT.
Mhm.
And there are times where people, yes, are obese, but not necessarily out of their own will. There's actually conditions
Yeah,
where,
conditions. Yes.
so we have to keep that in mind.
Mine. Okay.
Now, if you don't have a condition and
And you're capable of.
right, of
Yeah.
not necessarily just losing weight, because some people they might be thicker but actually healthy, and some people are even slimmer and not healthy, so it's
Mm.
not necessarily how you look that determines if you're healthy. But if you are actually looking a little bigger and your doctor did tell you, hey, you're like obese, and then you're trying to find ways to make yourself feel better,
Mhm.
and for people to encourage you, like, oh, you look wonderful, like knowing that this is like really not good for you. Then we can try to say in those instances those people don't want to face the reality and they want to like find ways to just make themselves feel better. And I'm not saying that's where the term body positivity came
Mhm.
from,
Yeah.
but because now they're trying to be inclusive. So like in
Yeah,
situations
they
like
should be
that,
inclusive, but
right?
we still should, recognize the facts and the
Mm-hmm.
reality.
Yeah,
It's just like I just don't know why we humans in general, right? We know that
mm-hmm.
okay, this thing
It's
can
not
kill
good.
us. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
good,
not
but
good.
we still do it. For example, drinking. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
against anybody that drinks. I used to
Right.
drink, but this year I took it upon myself. I don't want to drink anymore because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what benefits do I get from drinking?
Right.
Really zero.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually doing worse. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I'm like, I'll stop. But it's like we know this thing is not good for us, but we do it.
Mm-hmm.
What is it in us as people or
I
humans that
mean,
what I'm
what
saying?
I think we like to do things that like it's bad but it feels good.
Ooh, you sound very experienced.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah. She's like, oh no.
Oh no, not
Okay.
like that. Okay, like this is okay, like you sometimes we all know, yes, let's bring up the Chick-fil-A stuff,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is still considered fast food. It is,
Mhm.
but even though I don't eat fast food a lot, I will make exception for Chick-fil-A once in a while,
What's the
knowing
background
that I
behind
know
that
it's
though?
it's bad.
What's the background behind the Chick-fil-A stuff? It's because I
Because
like
we're
Chick-fil-A.
talking about
I like Chick-fil-A, so I don't
oh,
know. I
Mr.
don't know what the
Healthy here. Okay.
well, not as often, but I
That's
thought
what I'm
so
talking
I
about.
thought
So
Chick-fil-A was a little bit of a upscale,
it's
somewhat a
still
little bit.
fast food. It's still
Well,
bad.
well, you're right.
It's still bad.
Sorry
That's what I'm
Chick-fil-A.
saying.
I
So
guess no
sometimes,
more Chick-fil-A for
oh
me.
please, he's probably gonna go like
I
tomorrow.
actually haven't been there in a long time. But go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just bringing into context the idea of like sometimes it's bad but it feels good, like
What was that song?
because again this so that's why I'm giving the example of Chick-fil-A. Like it's bad to eat Chick-fil-A or any fast food really, but it's it's just so yummy,
The ooh, she said it's so yummy.
it's
There's the
yummy.
song. It says something is bad for me, but I still want it or it's good for me. There was a
I don't
song.
know
I
what
forgot.
song
It
is that.
sounds something bad to you is
Hey,
bad for you, but I like it. Some shit.
we need
I
to
forgot.
find the
I had
song
to
and
find the song.
play it. Yeah.
But no, I'm just very curious about that. Because
Yeah.
I can relate and I'm guilty.
Mhm.
I was like, why was I drinking? Like for me, for
Mhm.
example, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like and cigarette and other
Mhm.
drugs or whatever.
Mhm.
But I think we humans are just complicated. What I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
like you're saying, it's bad for me, but it's yummy.
Mhm.
You know?
Like we can talk about the drinking, we can talk about hookah,
Yeah,
we can talk about vaping. We all know all these things are bad or have a side effect. Yet
we still do it.
people do it. So it just really it's humans. We're just special.
So what is it? What is that for you? Talk about
For me,
things that
what's
is kind of
bad?
bad for you, but you're like, oh, I can't go
Yeah, I
without it.
just named one. I just named
Chick
the
Fil A.
Chick-fil-A one.
So you like Chick-fil-A too,
I like
huh?
Chick-fil-A,
What do you
but
get when you go though?
okay, let me tell you, in a month, maybe I'll have it like twice or
That's
maybe
that's
three
decent.
times.
That's
Yeah.
decent. Yeah.
I'm not one of those people going every day. Oh, please, I cook in my house. Like, I love cooking
Yeah.
and that's my thing. So I don't go.
Gents, once again, she's a keeper. She cooks.
She
You know.
cooks, please.
We all know we like a woman who can cook. So
Hey, please, please, please. I don't want any unserious person. Keep your keep,
unserious person.
go.
Sheesh.
Just
You are
stay here.
blocking your blessings. You
I
don't know
know,
who is
I
out
know.
there
It's
watching
okay.
this.
It's okay. When the time, God
So
say,
you're not.
when the time is right, I, the Lord, will
I'm
make it
single and
happen.
not searching. That's what it
When the
is.
time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So there's no rush.
Hmm.
God
Okay.
is going to do it. But other bad things like maybe splurging, shopping
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, like like, oh, I need to save for this thing coming up, but you're like, oh,
I
I
know
need to buy
women
that.
love to shop. Women
So
love to
that's like
shop.
another one thing I can
I'm
bring.
trying to think of my weakness. What is it?
Tell me your weakness. Let me use it, I guess.
Ah, well, you see, woman. This is why I would never,
I'm
sometimes.
just
No,
playing.
I,
I'm
I
not
know you.
going
I
to
know you're
use it.
playing, but I think it's another topic
Oh
of women saying like,
no.
"Oh, why don't men open up and
Oh, I
talk
swear,
about
I
it?
will not do. I will not use
Feelings
that
and
against you.
emotions." Gents, don't do it. If you,
I disagree with him.
gents, if you have something that's bothering you, that's extremely emotional, something, talk to your boys. Have that conversation with them.
I
But
disagree.
if you open in my opinion, in my experience,
I
if
was
you
really
open up,
joking with you
no, no,
though.
I know you were joking, but I think it
But no,
brings up that topic.
I don't think
I know you
women
were
are
really
serious.
joking with me, but I just think, fellas, from a perspective of a man and the experience, don't share your deep
I
emotions or
disagree.
feelings or things
So
that
then
you're
why
dealing
are
with.
you with your
No,
girl
you
if
can
you
share
cannot
some
open
things. You can
up?
share some things, but in my opinion, some things you gotta talk
Your boys ain't
about it
gonna
with your
help you.
boys.
Your
The
girl can
boys
help.
can see the boys' perspective and can help. That's in my opinion,
No,
because they're gonna use that in the future against you somewhere somehow. That's what I'm just saying.
that's not
You be like, I
true.
thought I trusted you, and then something
But
happens
you
between
guys do
you.
the same thing.
Well, I don't
If
know.
we are bringing that
All
up,
I
then
know is,
I'm just saying though. Like I think if you're in a relationship
mm,
and you want to have the full transparency, full like vulnerability, you have to open up. You can't be
fellas,
holding.
open up to a certain extent.
You
Don't
cannot be
open it up
doing. I'm
all.
opening
No,
eighty
no, no, no.
percent up and hiding 20 here. Why are you? What are you doing?
Open maybe
Then
40%, and
my
then
friend exit the relationship. Just go. Leave. Like if you cannot open up yourself for me truly and I'm gonna be open
I,
like if I'm
fellas, let me know what you think in the comments. Ladies, let me know what you think as well.
please,
Should
yeah.
men open up fully to their women? And because I've heard like, oh yeah, it's okay to be vulnerable and emotional with your
Mhm.
woman, but sometimes I think women see that as a weakness. Initially, they'll be okay with it, but
No.
over time, they kind of look. I think it takes the attraction away from them. It's like you're supposed to be the man, right? And you're supposed to be strong, and now you're here crying
Then that
to me.
begins then it's
You know what
going
I'm
into
saying?
gender
Imagine
roles.
if we
Remember
were
gender
dating.
role and how
Yeah.
it was created and how girls shouldn't play with
But I'm
trucks.
just
Then it's
but
going
I'm
into
just saying,
that.
imagine if we were dating and I come
Yeah.
back from work, I'm always crying to you.
No,
I'm
I'll be
like,
like,
what?
I'm not gonna, no,
Over
no, no,
time
no, no,
you
no.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
gonna,
gonna kill the attraction.
it
That's just
wouldn't
my
kill, for
opinion.
me, I'm not, that's the thing. For me, I look for solution. What's causing this? What's
Mm.
making you cry all the
Mm.
time? Not necessarily starting to belittle who you are as a man or
Uh-huh.
looking down upon you. I'm gonna try to find a solution. Like if there's a reason why it's happening all the time, then there's a reason why like we can look into solution. There's ways where we can maybe stop it from
Mm.
happening. So I really think it's good for both gender to open up in a relationship to each other if they're in a serious relationship and they want to move into something like better, like per se marriage in the future, or like some people don't want to be married, they want to cohabit forever, and that's okay. But if you are looking into something really serious, you have to be vulnerable completely with your partner. It's so important for
I
that
disagree.
relationship.
I disagree to a
Ah,
certain extent, but
okay.
full vulnerability. Some things we men gotta talk to the boys or the man
I
about
get
it.
it, and I
You
guess
know.
in that case, then we
Um,
girls have to talk to our girls.
no,
See.
there's that. Like middle ground where general
Mhm.
some things you can talk about, but
Mhm.
from my experience, and I just don't think. I think
Then
it
you
kills
haven't. Then
attraction.
then then this is my
Or maybe it was a
response.
bad woman, so
Right, he
they
hasn't been
took
with the
it.
right partner.
Yes,
That's
you know
what
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
gonna say. You
So
haven't been with the
maybe
right person.
that's probably what
Please,
it is.
ladies, he's single. Sliding into his DM as
I
he
am
like
I
to
am
do for
talking
me.
to someone, but hey, so yeah,
He's
I
not
just.
serious. So
What do you mean I'm not
just
serious?
no.
You're
I'm
here.
not saying he's not serious.
You're
I'm saying
here.
I'm not saying you're not serious. You're serious. I'm saying
Oh
it's
wow.
not serious.
You
Like
see how
it's
she's treating me
it's
here?
still single. Like that.
Don't
Yeah.
try to flip the table around. You're the one we're trying to concentrate on.
No,
Now
no,
you're
no, no,
trying to
no,
flip
no,
the
no, no.
table on me.
Like, lady, slide into his
But
DM because he's
well,
doing
if you're gonna slide,
evaluations right
listen.
now.
If you're gonna slide in my DM, you better come correct because I'm
Yeah,
extremely picky. Okay.
that's
So,
true.
but I'm talking to someone. So you know what I'm saying. But
Talking
anyways.
does not mean relationship, in my opinion. Talking stage, because talking stage sometimes can fall apart.
Oh, I see how you move. Okay, okay.
Yeah?
But anyways, we're going off topic. So yeah, I think it's been a good conversation. We
Yeah.
wanted to
Free ball
free
it.
ball it and
Yeah.
have some conversations around different topics. And I think it's been a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're always a great time, great host. She's always
Same here.
smiling,
Yeah.
always coming in
I
with the
mean,
gems and just spitting facts.
how can I have this face and
I
not
mean, I
smile?
agree with you on some things, but some things I'm like, nah,
I
especially the one
know.
we just talked about, the
Oh, please,
vulnerability and blah,
whatever.
blah, blah. And we did also talk about, women
Yeah.
dressing for themselves
Right.
and obesity,
Mm-hmm.
yada, yada. But we
Right.
hope
And
you guys enjoyed,
overthinking. Right.
overthinking. Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this new format of podcasting. Let
Yeah.
us know what you think.
Yeah.
And until next time, I'm your host, Jay Tando. Follow me on Instagram at what? JAY underscore TENDO underscore, and follow her at what?
Natty Squindom.
Natty Screendom. And we'll catch you guys later. Let us know what you think about this podcast, and we hope you enjoyed it. All right, peace.
Sheesh.